In this video, I'm going to be talking about some of the teams that I think are playing some good football right now. The Miami Dolphins. Now, before I made this video, I was going back and forth on whether or not I was going to put this team on the list, regardless of what happened last Thursday against Cincinnati. But then Tua got hurt, and I was kind of hesitant, but then I said, screw it, I'll put this team on the list. The Miami Dolphins are 3-1, and they are first in the AFC East division. Before Tua got hurt, I thought he was taking a step in the right direction. I wasn't really too sold on Tua due to the fact that he wasn't really showing that he could spread the ball around the field, throw guys open, do a good job of reading coverages. I thought he was a bit too afraid to take chances. And I'm not really too keen on quarterbacks that can just throw short passes. But given the fact that they signed Tyreek Hill and they already had a pretty sensational wide receiver in Jalen Waddle, the Miami Dolphins were going to have to spread the ball around the field and take chances. And I thought Tua was doing that. I thought he was showing some growth in his game of getting the ball down the field. And plus, if you have Tyreek Hill on your roster, you have to take chances, right? And of course, there's Jalen Waddle and Mike Gesicki, or should I say Mike. The Miami Dolphins doesn't use enough Gesicki. I think he's a very talented tight end and a very underrated one. They do not use him enough. But now Tua is hurt. This was a team that I looked at before the season started as a playoff contender. I like some of the pieces that they have on this roster going into the season. Guys like Jalen Waddle, Xavier Howard, Mike Gesicki, Emmanuel Ogbah. I think he's a decent pass rusher. And then bringing in guys like Mark Ingram and Tyreek Hill. But now Teddy Bridgewater is their quarterback. And I have never been a sole believer in Teddy Bridgewater, even when he was with the Saints and he filled in for Drew Brees and he helped keep that team afloat until he came back. I thought he was just doing enough not to screw things up because that roster was pretty loaded around him and he was decent enough to help them win some games. Then he went to Carolina and he was getting so much love. Oh my God, Teddy Bridgewater is making over 70% of his passing completions. And I'm like, why is this dude getting so much love? All he's doing is throwing it short and checking the ball down. That's all he's doing. He doesn't really take any shots down the field. He's mobile, but I mean, that's it. He just checks it down all the time. And now, given the fact that he is going to be Miami's quarterback for however long, which I'm going to assume is going to be the rest of the season, because Tai Tuivasa does not need to come back. I think he got fucked over the first time he went down, and he should not have played Thursday night. But since Teddy Bridgewater is their quarterback, I do not see the Dolphins getting further than they probably would have with Tai Tuivasa, because you never know. You never know. I mean, they started off, I had them going to the playoffs, but the way things have started off for them when Tai Tuivasa was the quarterback for the Dolphins, it was kind of looking like maybe they could go a bit further than what I originally thought. So I'd be surprised if I still think they'll make the playoffs, but I don't think they'll go further than the wild card. I think they'll be a wild card team. As far as the defense is concerned, I like the defense. This is a defense to me that takes chances. They like to bring pressure. They like to disguise their blitzes. They'll play man. I like their cornerback, Nick Needman. I think he's pretty good. Their linebacking core, Jerome Baker, he's very good at tackling in the open field and getting to his assignment. But the Dolphins are playing some good football right now. I don't think it'll carry on throughout the rest of the season, but we'll see. Anything can happen. Buffalo Bills. The Bills are 3-1, and they are, wait a minute. If the Dolphins are first, then why are they first? God damn it. Let's see here. What's going on here? Okay, so I'm looking at the standings, and this says that they are first. The Bills are first, and Miami is second. But the records are the same. So the Bills are first, and the Dolphins are second. So the Bills are first in the AFC East. Buffalo had a very impressive win Sunday against the Baltimore Ravens, making Lamar Jackson look like the quarterback that I think he is. Overrated. He cannot throw from the pocket. If you stop him from running, he is screwed. Von Miller has been a very impressive addition to this team. He already has 3 sacks on the season, 5 tackles for loss, 4 hits on the QB, and 2 pass deflections. He has been a real asset for this Buffalo's defensive front, and it seems they have another stud at the defensive end in Gregory Rasu. I hope I'm not botching his name. He already has 4 sacks on the season so far, and 6 quarterback hits and 5 tackles for loss. And then they brought back Jordan Phillips, who I think is a decent pass rusher for them. Mike Milano, Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacking core. I like the secondary. This defense is legit. I look at this Buffalo team as a true Super Bowl contender this year. The only thing that worries me about this team is Josh Allen. Josh Allen has got to stop trying to truck and stiff-arm defenders, because if he gets hurt doing that, he is going to royally fuck over the Bills, and it's not going to be pretty. They have the team. This is the unit, okay? Feels like this year is like it. right? This is the year that Buffalo can do it. And the coaching staff has to protect him. They need to get the running game more involved. Devin Singletary. I like Devin Singletary. I think he is a good back. Utilize him more. Protect Josh Allen. Okay, you have so many weapons. You have Stephon Diggs, Gabriel Davis. Utilize the running game. You've shown that you can throw. Now balance your offense out. This is a team that is balanced everywhere, I feel. Defense and offense. So Josh needs to stop trying to do so much. He needs to stop trying to stiff arm and truck defenders. And he also needs to stop trying to make plays happen when they're not there. Learn to give up on a play and live to fight another down. I think he did that against Tennessee, where he had a defensive tackle all over him and he still tries to throw the football. And then utilize the running game. Get your running back more involved. Balance things out. Next up, Kansas City. Can I just say Kansas City's on this list because they're Kansas City? The Chiefs are 3-1, first in the AFC West division. Now, there were talks about Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes. Is Patrick Mahomes going to perform at a high level or still be able to perform at a high level now that Tyreek is gone in Miami, because that was his target, that was his guy? In my opinion, I thought Travis Kelce was, and still is, Patrick Mahomes' guy, his most reliable target, because when the Chiefs offense would struggle, Patrick would go to Travis Kelce to get things started. But Patrick Mahomes looks even better, in my opinion, now that Tyreek is gone. He seems a bit more like a quarterback. Whereas if Tyreek Hill was still in Kansas City, you would see Patrick Mahomes running around in the backfield for like 15 seconds and launch a 60-yard pass across his body to Tyreek Hill down the field and put it up for a 50-50 ball, which I hated those passes. If you're not a Chiefs fan, then it can be entertaining to see. But if I'm a Chiefs fan, then I hate that throw. But now that Tyreek is gone, Patrick seems to be more of a quarterback. He's staying in the pocket. He's utilizing all of his options. He's taking what the defense gives him. He's still doing Patrick Mahomes-like things. The Chiefs are still running gimmicky type plays, but for the most part, I think it seems like Tyreek Hill leaving in a way has kind of benefited Patrick, because once again, he's going through his reads, he's taking what the defense gives him, he's looking more like a quarterback, and he's delivering passes from the pocket more. And the defense has been playing well. Chris Jones seems to be making an impact again. For a while, it looked like he was becoming kind of irrelevant, but now he seems to be making an impact. Bringing in Carlos Dunlap has helped that defensive front a little bit more. So I like the Chiefs. The Chiefs are continuing to prove as to why they are still a serious problem in the AFC. The Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys are 3-1, second place in the NFC East. And the Cooper Rush, right? That's the big story, or one of the big stories of the season. Cooper Rush has looked pretty good. He's looked okay. He'll make some bad decisions throwing the football. He'll make some decisions throwing the football that'll leave you scratching your head and make you say, what was he looking at? But at the same time, I think he'll still take what the defense gives him. He won't always try to force a play. He'll give it to the wide open man. He can benefit off the running game. He's very good off the play actions, and he can throw on the run a little bit as well. He's efficient and he's durable. Now, do I think he's better than Dak? I wouldn't say so. Do I think he's more athletic than Dak? I wouldn't say that either. But right now, the team seems to be more in tune and more in sync with him than they were with Dak. The defense, on the other hand, is spectacular. Micah Parsons continues to impress. DeMarcus Lawrence continues to impress. I really love their front seven, especially their front four. Now, will the Cowboys win it all this year, right? Will they get bounced from the playoffs early? Will they even make it to the playoffs? Because we've seen this time and time again. Will they'll have these nice starts and then they'll just fall right off? It's looking like that, right? Because they're 3-1. They have a nice start. It's a nice story. Cooper Rush, the backup, is helping them win games. But at the end of the day, do you trust Dallas? Do you trust Dallas? And I say no. But this is nice. So Dallas fans, enjoy this. And last but not least, the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles are the only undefeated team on this list. And I'm pretty sure that they are the only undefeated team in the NFL. Let me check. They are. Jalen Hurts has looked really spectacular. I've been really impressed with him. Out of all the mobile quarterbacks that's in the NFL, he is standing out the most. Why? Because he is not utilizing his legs so often and so quickly. And I say that meaning that some of these other guys like Kyler Murray, they'll be so quick to escape the pocket as soon as it starts to kind of collapse a little bit, rather than just hang in there and step up in the pocket and make a nice, precise throw. Jalen Hurts is doing that. He looks so comfortable delivering from the pocket. He's going through his reads, and if it's not there, he'll take off and run. AJ Brown, I don't know why Tennessee gave this man away. A.J. Brown has been a huge factor for this offense, and that's going to open things up for other guys like Devontae Smith. Of course, they have the tight end and Goddard, and they have the running game in Miles Sanders. And Philly's always been pretty good at running the football. They've been pretty good at running the ball for a while now. They need to utilize that a bit more, okay? I know it's like a passing league nowadays, but they got to utilize Miles Sanders and open things up even more for their wide receivers. So if Jalen Hurts can keep this up, the Philadelphia Eagles can go a very long way. And if everyone can stay healthy, of course, they have a shot. Defensively, I really like their defense. They're very aggressive. They know how to make tackles in the open field. Fletcher Cox, kind of like Chris Jones, who was not really performing at a high rate for a while. He's starting to come alive again. Then you have Brandon Graham, Josh Sweat, Marcus Epps, the safety. He's been pretty good so far. This defense is creating turnovers. Their secondary has been a bunch of ball hawks so far. So the Eagles are looking like Super Bowl contenders right now. So out of all the teams that I talked about so far, the Eagles, the Bills, and the Chiefs are the only ones that are looking like true contenders so far. Super Bowl contenders, because they all seem balanced. Very well balanced right now. So it's the first 4 weeks of the season. I'm not trying to say that these teams are going to go all the way and win it all and overreact and stuff like that. No, I'm just saying that right now these teams are playing some good football, and we'll see what happens as the season goes along. Please like and subscribe. Tell me who you think is playing well at the moment. What do you think has a shot at going all the way? Hit the notification bell. That is it. I am out.